I just have like a super long list of how many people had played and how many games. I was up late last night putting everything together. But enough about things outside the game. We need to break down this draft a little bit more, Ricky. You mentioned the silencer. We see the Weaver picked up before
10
the silencer, so
seconds.
you're going to be able to deal with the time lapse. You're going to be able to deal with the Aghanim Scepter if this is played in
5
position 3 and 4. It's
seconds
gotten a little bit more popular again after falling out of favor, given the fact that a lot of other position 4s were nerfed pre TI and post TI. I'm hoping for a 7.31 patch pretty soon
Dude, if we actually
myself.
play the DPC on the TI
Mhm.
patch, oh my god.
I
Oh my
think there'll
god.
probably be an update somewhere between probably between the closed qualifiers and the actual DPC starting, which is going to be a little bit unfortunate as soon as the DPC begins, because then it doesn't come down to masters. I mean, that's the difference. What a
A
we paused during the
Yeah,
battle's
we're getting a
resolution.
we
pause real
did.
quick. Yeah.
All right, we've resumed. That's a major thing for me is are you a master of the meta or are you a master of the game? And different teams perform at different levels as soon as a patch hits, especially if it's a big
Radiant's
patch,
turn to
which could be
ban.
completely different once the patch has had a little bit of time to settle. Certain captains are just better at figuring out what's good, and certain players they're not able to adapt to real time unless they played like a bunch of games. And a lot of teams have had the opportunity to play a bunch of games on the 7.30.
Yeah.
Anyhow,
10 seconds
Kunkka
remaining.
picked up here on Infamous, so they've got a solid front line between Kunkka and Legion
5
Commander.
seconds.
They could probably get a carry that's a little bit more squishy. Paired alongside that, they've got decent lockdown. I wouldn't mind just seeing another stun, so this Weaver has a miserable time, to be honest with you. And then on the other side here, we see Lena and Mars. So you've got
Dire's
decent front
turn to
line.
ban.
Disruptor is decent at getting heroes off of the Lena, being able to glimpse them back. Um,
They might ban the Luna here. It's either like PA, Jug, or Luna are going to be the ban. Oh, Morphling. Never mind. It'll be Morphling.
Morphling, yeah.
Yeah.
They got rid of the lifesteal and the Troll Warlord on the side of Infamous, so
10
they're worried about here is they're
seconds.
able to stand their ground and fight against this Kunkka.
5
Um,
seconds
I actually
remaining.
saw what position one Kunkka was picked up earlier in this tournament, was it not?
I did not see that, but it wouldn't surprise me. I think I've
Radiant's
seen.
turn to
Okay,
ban.
my guess was it was going to be a ranged hero, to be honest, which is why I was leaning more towards the Morphling. But they banned the TA, which is something that Lumiere has taken in the safe lane before, and
Mhm.
it's not a problem for the side of Infamous to do. They flex like multiple mid lane heroes out into the safe lane. It's one of the things that makes their lineup
10
so strong.
seconds remain.
Sumum and Lumiere just share a lot of heroes, so they can
5
Mhm.
play them in whichever role they'd like.
seconds.
Yeah.
Plenty of time here for Infamous, but this also works well for Corey since they do have final pick to be able to try and secure for their what I'm assuming will be their safe lane. It is most likely going to be a 4-position Weaver with a Mars. I'm guessing Lena mid as the response to the Kunkka there. So just need to pick something that can do well against the Legion Commander, but a lot of those have already been removed, right?
Yeah, there's not a ton left. Usually want something that can either keep the distance from in lane or be able to out harass that Luna would have fit into the second category, and Templar Assassin Medusa would have been able to kind of stand its ground and fight. They've got decent tower hitters already on the side of Hokori. They don't really have that on Infamous, but as much as something like
There's
I would have thought
IO.
like Death, yeah, I would have thought Death Prophet, but you're not playing against a melee hero inside the mid lane. You're playing against Alina, and Death Prophet feels awful against Alina. That would solve your tower damage problem though.
Yeah, I just think it's got to be something that pairs well with the IO, right? Like from the safe lane.
Hmm.
And, the gyro's already removed. You could go for the tiny, which is something that we still see despite some of his nerfs. And then you also have the ability to go for, kind of like the unconventional IO pairings. It's going to be IO 4 anyway. So it's going to be in the off lane with the Legion Commander. And it's going to be Silencer in the safe lane. But it's more along the lines of going into the late game. You want something that can take advantage of this IO.
Dire must choose.
So it's going to be the PA.
Phantom Assassin.
I don't mind that. There's a couple of heroes that you want to be able to jump on the backline. You're able to get out of the Mars arena with this one. The being able to jump on both the Lina and the Disruptor, the Phantom Assassin, is an excellent tool for doing that. I'm just worried about your damage inside the early game. Silencer,
10
if you can't nuke
seconds.
somebody down, you're going to struggle to deal with them. IO isn't providing a whole
5
lot until the game
seconds
starts to
remain.
go on. You can go the Spirits build, which has gotten a little bit less popular. but even then, bursting people down is going to be a little bit annoying. And yeah, the
Ooh,
pick
guard
strength
extreme.
support. Yeah, this is going to make it even harder for them to take towers. This is the problem they had before. I'm not sure they're going to be able to bring down the mid tier 1 until like 30 minutes into the game with their lineup. So Infamous are going to be on the back foot, and this is a very like fast-paced, aggressive lineup here on Hokori. Weaver tends to come online a little bit quicker than a lot of other position 1 heroes, and it's very easy for Mars to just continuously run at people. And the extra map control you get from not losing your towers thanks to the Treant Protector is also going to play a pretty big part in this game. I'm going to favor Hokori going to this game, man. I know I'm an El Micho fanboy. I know I'm not fair to Infamous here, given the fact that they look incredibly strong. We're the #1 seed going into the playoffs here, but I don't care. Hokori all the way. Let's go.
All right. I mean, I actually don't think you're necessarily wrong. Gardic does have a lot on his shoulders here to make this pan out correctly, but I'm worried that their late game is not strong enough on the side of Hokori, so I'm going to go Infamous. I think they don't mind stalling this out. I think Lumiere is going to be a massive issue. Sacred's Legion Commander is absolutely golden, so I'm going Infamous here. I think they've got this. I think they're on a lot of comfort picks.
Well, I welcome you to be wrong when you're up against me yet again, Ricky. We'll keep a tally.
I understand. Yeah, I don't blame you.
I'm in top form today after going on a long vacation, even if I still have a little bit of a cold.
See,
Yeah,
the funny thing is,
good.
though, is I'm the one with the brown sugar boba. So,
Oh, damn. You find a boba place near you?
yeah, and it is very good.
Yeah, there's one in my building. I think I've told you that.
Mm-hmm. You mean your mansion?
Yeah, my mansion.
You have your own boba shop in your mansion?
Oh, Jeeves, please go to the boba stand. Yes, Mr. Neff. Anything else for you?
Very excited for this one.
You think I can get General Jivakiss to actually be my butler?
Maybe is like I think he would do a bit for it, 100%.
A bit, yeah.
I think he'd do a bit for it. That guy is a legend. I think he would.
I was going to stay with him at TI, him and a couple other people. I mean, I would have stayed with you, but you were getting a tattoo done. Was that finished, by the way?
No, just 2 of the 4 or 5 days are in the bag now. So I'm gonna go back later this year to get it done.
You're gonna have to show me when it's finished.
Dude, it's so sick. It's so sick.
Almost excited for your tattoo as I am this game.
Dude, honestly, that was a great segue. Yeah, top lane we're gonna have now on the Weaver here. So he's gonna be playing the safe lane Weaver. Not something you see all that often. I think Weaver we've been seeing a lot in the like off lane and then the support position specifically. Like 4 Zoomers love picking this up for Z Freak. So he has usually a really good time on it. And then you have the like off lane players like Sacred specifically who pick this hero all the time. So one of the reasons we probably see it picked up earlier in the draft by Hokori, they just don't want to put this into the hands of Sacred, but he gets the Legion Commander anyway, which is also one of his favorites right now in the patch.
Yep. Speaking of all right, looks like there's going to be no engagement here at the start. Speaking of Z Freak, I believe we've got a little bit of a roster leak for all the real ones who decided to show up to the stream a little bit early.
Yeah, do you wanna tell the good old NA Dota fans what that roster is?
Yeah, we got for the DPC 4 Zoomer squad: Costa Bele, Gunner, Moo, Z Freak, and Husky.
That is the official roster for DPC Season 1.
Yeah, they've got a couple days to change their mind. Roster locks don't start until the 21st, but that's looking like what it's going to be.
That's pretty sick.
Yeah, let's get the show on the road, man. So start with, again, alone against KXY, who hasn't been playing too much competitive the last little while, but getting a chance to start his stuff before the DPC season starts. I completely forgot which team that he was going to be playing on, but Alone's been in pretty good form. He's sitting near the top of the leaderboard right now as well.
Ooh, mid lane, he's taking a lot of damage. He knows KXY doesn't have the stun, but can be able to force the Fairy Fire, nothing else. But because he focused so heavily on pushing this wave, he just goes X and regens in the fountain instead. You don't really see that play this early, but
no, not before bottle.
Yeah, instead he finishes a magic wand and picks himself up a salve. So he has got a lot of regen to play with.
This is going to delay his bottle, though.
Yeah,
Again, the
a
reason why
lot.
people usually wait for this one is you spend your 100 gold. Your TP is now on cooldown, so if you do go down here, it's basically like you've like died, come back, and died again, and the lane becomes just unplayable. But he's decided to opt for going for this earlier magic stick, and it's going all right for him. I mean, KXY is dropping pretty low, but he's got himself his bottle just before the 2-minute mark, so he's going to heal himself back up.
Yeah, he's just gonna full commit to the top rune, which makes sense. Like, you just want to make sure you get the bottle refill. You know the Kunkka doesn't have his bottle yet, so he's just not gonna get that extra efficiency out of it.
Yep.
Let's talk about top lane, though. We have Sacred on the Legion paired up with Michael on the IO, and he is CSing very well. 12 so far.
Yeah. He's got to point into Moment of Courage, so it's very easy for him to trade with the Weaver underneath the creep wave. If he tries to trade back against him, you have the damage block of the Legion Commander. You have a lot of movement speed, so unless you commit Sakuchi to run away, the Legion Commander is just able to run you down, gets a lot of free auto attacks off onto you.
It's also good against the Treant too, right? Because Treant wants to walk up and like throw some auto attacks, and you get that Moment of Courage proc. Suddenly the Treant's like huge like damage advantage is kind of mitigated.
Yeah, your life stealing back up, you're getting more auto attacks off on the Treant Protector, and if you're trading underneath the creep wave, you're always going to have the advantage on Legion. Look at this, Weaver's already taking a bunch of damage, only has 2 tangos left, so he's going to be a little bit more careful. All right, he gets out back up by his Treant.
What a nice guy.
What a helpful tree. I still got complete confidence in Hokori this game, even if the top lane isn't going so good for them. I think that Weaver's an excellent pick to play this game, kind of aggressive.
Another XTP to the mid lane there. Just going to go back home and continue to regen. He just is ignoring bottle, it seems. He just says screw it. He's just going to rush the armlet. He's got these blades of attack, maybe? So it's either armlet or phase boots. But
yeah. But unfortunately, that gives Kunkka a pretty significant advantage. Or sorry, the Lina a pretty significant advantage already. She's got like 400, 500 net worth over the Kunkka at like 3 minutes into the game, because you spent an extra 100 gold on buying another town portal scroll in order to head back. So you're just dropping your net worth to X back, and if you don't have the bottle, then it becomes even harder. I mean, it's slightly better than getting just zoned out of the lane by the Lina, but not by much.
Yeah,
he definitely would have preferred to play Invoker this matchup.
It's definitely better than like ferrying yourself a salve, right? Because you're not really out of the lane and you're gonna spend that 100 gold anyway, but it's just putting your TP on cooldown that's the rough spot as well. Like, you got to make sure that you don't go down while that's on cooldown, and you got to make sure that none of your side lanes are gonna need your help, type of thing.
Yep.
Speaking of side lanes, Disruptor, that's gonna be the first blood going the way of Lumiere. Pulled him all the way out here with Affliction just chasing him, and ends up netting first blood for the PA. So that's a big win in a lane that she's already doing really well in.
Unfortunately, no +2 off of that one, but the PA, I mean, they're taking advantage of the aggression with this Orb of Corrosion, running out potential with the silencer here. So you're going to be under constant threat if you come back down here on the Disruptor. He's now got himself some boots of speed that were coming out to him when he ended up going down, but he was just too easy to run down in that situation. Well, it's interesting that Lumiere is choosing to go Orb of Corrosion over straight Battle Fury or Power Treads into Battle Fury. Given the fact that they're not going to be able to play that aggressive because they're playing against a Treant Protector who's going to be keeping all these towers up and keeping map control on the side of Hokori. I'm interested in seeing how this goes as the game goes on, though.
Yeah, absolutely. We're going to see Sacred going for the armlet. That's just been pretty much the standard build for a lot of these like strength, like bruising or like bruiser type heroes, or like brawling type heroes like Legion. Just benefits so much from the active of the armlet when it comes to securing dual damage. So it's gonna be pretty happy about that. We're gonna see a TP to the mid lane from IO as they're actually going for a dive here. KXY catches the boat, and gonna be more than enough damage here to finish him off. Michael's the one who ends up finding it on the aisle. A little yoink from your 4.
Yeah, up until you've got level 6 on the Legion command, or sorry, on the Disruptor or the Treant Protector, you're not great at coming in and protecting your mid laner from being dove. So taking advantage of that one. It looks like you're gonna lose Disruptor here as well.
Yeah, nice eyes in the sky there. Thanks to that ward is just gonna set up another kill, and like you said, it's easy for them to do. Okay, right, Michael took another.
Now hold on. I need you to see something. I want you to move into the Radiant, or sorry, the Dire base camera and look at the Disruptor's courier.
Oh.
What are your thoughts on that?
That's a really rare courier. I've never seen anything. Is it? Wait, does he not have a courier?
No, it just wait. Doesn't it? For me, it just says it just says error. And
It
that's
does, but it's not selectable. Like it's not a unit. So I wonder if he's having to play without a courier.
No, it's been flying around. You can still hotkey it.
Can you? Okay, I haven't
it's
seen it
downed.
move, but
I've been seeing it move. It's just a floating error message as it moves.
that's a. I'm honest. I'm pretty confident that might be the rarest courier in the game right now.
All right, can we get a close up of that, like into another courier, and then kind of move the camera angle around?
Absolutely not.
With that error message. All right, thank you. I'll let you know if there's any action happening elsewhere. But let's zoom into that for the viewers. They want to see. That's where the action is.
Radiant's bottom tower
All
is
right.
under attack.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Good stuff. Oh, over to the IO here. He ends up dropping. Trying to get the D ward off, and he ends up going down before he can finish it off, unfortunately.
Nothing to see here. Thanks, Jerry.
Looks like there were 2 errors. Bottom lane.
I see what you
Try
did
to
there.
commit onto Vitaly here.
Oh, Arena Spear. Do they have the follow-up damage, though? Doesn't look like it. He's also sitting on 12 wand charges and a fairy fire, so kind of a odd time to drop out the Arena Spear there if you're Vitaly. Like, you really want to use this first arena to secure a kill. And it doesn't necessarily have to be the carry. It's just got to be on someone. You need the gold influx on the Mars to be able to press your advantage. And he is going for the armlet as well. So this is just the off-lane build now. Just rush armlet. I like it.
Yeah. I mean, it gives you 75 damage when it's active. It is, like, it significantly increases your kill potential with any Sedan ability on a strength hero. It just feels like it's worth getting. And again, they're going to be able to press their advantage. They're going to force these Infamous heroes to fight into them because they're going to be pushing towers, and they're not going to be able to do the same here on Infamous. So I think that's the logic behind that one. They don't need Blink Daggers to initiate if they're going to be forcing objectives and forcing Infamous to take the fight onto them, so they can get away with going something like an armlet. It also gives you a lot of armor against the Kunkka, the Phantom Assassin.
Yeah, absolutely.
Of armlet phase boots.
I mean, God's Rebuke is just going to crit for that much more. Like, it is very strong.
Yep. Now, one more time for everyone who is just tuning in, is a little bit confused about the names. Affliction is A/Excel, and Summum is alone on the side of Infamous. And on the side of Hokori, we have now standing in for RDO, and KXY standing in for Analog.
Radiant's bottom tower is in danger. Dire should look.
Did you have a nice ward here that's scouting the IO? He does get seen by Lumiere, but because Lumiere's got this Invis active and he doesn't actually have a lot of life to work with, he does have to be careful. KXY, he's got nothing. He just pops the stick, and now Lina on the run. In comes El Misho trying to save his boy, but it's not in time. Lumiere, he gets the kill.
Yep, and that puts Lumiere at the top of the net worth here as the position 1. And I was worried about how effective Phantom Assassin would be if she wasn't able to find early farm against this aggressive lineup from Hokori, and the fact they aren't able to take towers. But when you get a start like this, you're going to be just fine.
Yeah, absolutely. She's doing very, very, very well.
Yep. Yeah, they don't care about the fact that they have a Treant Protector on the other side. He's got 3 points into the living armor, but they're trying to put the hurt onto this mid-tier 1. If they could get this right now, that would be huge. But it looks like they are going to be forced back. Yeah, a lot of pressure coming onto the top and the mid tower, and Treant Protector, he's being forced to choose one of these towers that he wants to heal back up, and it looks like they're about to lose the top tier 1, regardless of the fact that he's gone so heavy into this living armor build.
Yeah, I mean, this is such an issue with like this Treant Protector. Like, it does need to be able to sit static in the lanes. Wow, they actually managed to bring down the Kunkka in the mid lane, a 3-hero rotation there. All the cores come in. But the Treant Protector needs to be able to keep these towers alive, right? That's like his main job. And if he's not doing that, you're going to really struggle here.
Yep.
Sacred. Okay, Spear off the mark there. They do have duel available. Overgrowth ends up catching, just the PA IO. He's just getting chased through the river. Weaver. I mean, if you can get on top of Michael, it'd be a great kill, but he's running very low on mana, won't have the time lapse available, so things to just back off. Probably the smarter move.
Yeah, you don't want to give up any more to Lumiere than he already has. And 3 kills, 75 last hits already at this point in the game.
Yeah.
So they did lose the Kunkka, but they got the top tier 1 tower for it, and on the way back in, Phantom Assassin managed to find the kill on the tree and protect us. Now 5,800 net worth on this PA. Almost has the, actually, in fact, does have the Maelstrom completed. So I think it is ridiculous that this is the build that Phantom Assassins go for right now.
Yeah.
The magic damage on a hero that has a physical damage amplification ability.
It just feels so bad going for Battle Fury. Like, it takes so long to farm. Like, I played PA the other day, and you're just like, cool, I'm just gonna like be not a hero for 20 minutes.
Yeah.
When you can just get a Maelstrom so much earlier. And I guess with an IO and overcharge, it does make sense. You do farm a lot faster. They're actually gonna find KXY here. He gets the blink off just in time. He pops the pig pole trying to survive, but there's the crit. Comes through from the PA.
That went well, I think.
Not having a great game right now on KXY. Maybe a little bit of that rust is showing. Something I was concerned about coming into this series. They're playing so aggressive right now. I mean, this is the logic behind the Phantom Assassin pick. You've got a lot of heroes that are able to sit super far back, but this hero's got jump, able to close the gap, and now relocate.
Yeah, X into both. The reload up to the top side. They even pop the global. They want to take down the Weaver, and they get him. Amisho, he is going to send the Templar, or the Phantom Assassin to the bottom side of the map, but Lumire's okay with that. They got the kill. He wants to get back to farming.
Yeah, I mean, the wave's pushed in. We're safer than this. Well, you'd think that it's safe, but Vitali's here. There's the arena.
Yeah, so hard to connect, though. And because of that, the heal from Michael, he pops the mech. Lumire, he's ready to just turn around, looking at the Lina, as well as Vitaly. El Misho, he drops the Static Storm, the kinetic field on the mark, but the rest of the team, they're here behind him. Torrent on the mark, onto the Mars. There's going to be the duel. Nice overgrowth, catching 3. Can they actually bring them down in time? Lumire onto the backside, takes down KXY. They can't kill anyone on the side of Infamous. They're too damn tanky. Double kill for the Phantom Assassin, and it's going to be Sumam as he sets up another X into the Torrent. Make it a triple as the Phantom Assassin cleans up big.
Yeah. 3 kills going the way there of Infamous. That was an excellent read there by Michael. He knew they wanted to commit onto IO immediately after coming down there, so we just set the TP down there. Got a mech super early on this IO and turns everything around there. They didn't have enough damage to finish it off, and they pumped so much damage into that Phantom Assassin. The only person they killed there was the Silencer. The, oh god. Look how much damage of a fight recap this Mars did. He did 3,600 damage that team fight. The Lina did 2,100 damage, almost 900 on the Disruptor, but the IO managed to sit outside the Static Storm, and you were committing all this damage onto the Phantom Assassin. You've got maxed out Overcharge and Tether on the IO, so he was healing up so much with just this wand and the mechanism.
Yeah.
Absolutely ridiculous healing.
Well, they're doing really well so far. A 3K gold lead for the side of Infamous. It is 10-4. And honestly, the PA being as farmed as it is, I'm going to start being pretty worried here for the side of Hokori. Like, it's not going to be easy to come back if this PA gets really far ahead, because she is so good in this matchups against both the Lina and the Weaver. I mean, you speaking of Disruptor as well, you know, if once she has BKB, your Disruptor's game is, you know, borderline over. You know, like, I don't know how you play.
Mm-hmm. And you don't have that tower advantage you were thinking you were going to have, or being able to push into the enemy side of the map. Lumire has had an excellent game. I was questioning this Orb of Corrosion, but she's been participating in tons of early kills, and this is how she's accelerated her farm. By keeping the enemy heroes off the map. One time that they thought they could turn things around, Lumire ended up turning it into a triple kill. And now, feeling confident enough to invade the enemy team's jungle. They're playing so tight on Hokori. This is the opposite of what you want to be doing. You don't have that same late game that Infamous has. I had all the confidence in the world for Hokori going into this game, but it's dwindling. It seems like I said they're on a timer. I feel like Infamous scales very well here, and they are, you know, getting that time to do what they want. I mean, we haven't talked about the fact that the Kunkka, he's got the Halberd completed, going for the BKB and the AC. You know, it seems to be pretty much the best build on Kunkka. I like this one a lot more than, you know, the Waterbender Pokemon, you know, version of Kunkka. Yeah. Shout out to my boy Pop Tart for coming up with that one. But the most popular build on Kunkka right now is just kind of tanky utility build. Generally, when you're picking up this hero, you don't want to have to go damage. And, you know, Lumire, he is going to solve these damage problems that you have, and has solved these damage problems. If you had something that didn't carry as hard from the position 1, then you wouldn't be able to get away with going just straight like Heaven's Halberd into BKB, that sort of deal. But I don't think you should pick up Kunkka in that scenario. So they're itemizing very well around their hero picks. And as soon as this Black King bar's out, you know, you're kind of all out of options. The Mars Arena, you can play around that one. You're going to be able to get out of the Overgrowth. Static Storm is going to be irrelevant, even though El Micho, he does have his Aghanim Scepter queued up, but this is going to come out way too late at this rate.
I mean, it's just going to be slow, and no matter what, right? It's your support, you know, 4 position disruptor. The hero does not farm, doesn't hit creep super well. Like, you can hope you find a money orb, right, that it eventually drops, so you have a little bit more GPM, but not going to be coming out anytime soon.
Well, it might. Yeah, well, it was 17 minutes. And the money orb's going to drop, but unless you mean the Aghanim Scepter. And there it is. Money orb found instantly. Ricky, eat your fucking words.
Yeah, so we're talking about the Ags, but the fact that the money orb actually dropped at 17. Boat bottom lane catches the Weaver, the relocate in with the duel to boot. They will turn out with a massive arena next. Static Storm onto 4. The combo from Hokori, but nobody dies. They can't secure any of these kills as they will just walk away.
And back into the Roche pit. Finish off Roshan. Aegis going to go down. Lumiere's going to pick this one up. And again, he didn't catch anybody. He did do a lot of damage to the tier 2 tower, but a huge win now on the side of Infamous. That was like the best combo possible. You overgrowth into an arena, into a Static Storm, and you couldn't finish off any heroes. You just didn't have the damage anymore.
Which is odd, because you look at damage and they did like 5k versus like the 1.8 from Infamous, and Infamous is the one that got the kill.
Yeah. I mean, it's all AoE. They don't have any focused damage. I mean, Lena's going to be able to pump out a ton as this game goes on, but right now, all she's got is the Boots of Travel and the Mithril Hammer. She's got the BKB can play it, then she needs to pick up a couple damage items after this, because you're not finishing off anybody. At the very least, the tier 2 tower is taken. This is going to open up outposts and get them maybe a little bit of an XP advantage, but they're taking the tier 2 at the same time. The top lane on the side of Infamous, they are not playing slow.
No. And one thing to talk about when it comes to damage on the side of Hokori, it's not like your Weaver can itemize for damage right now either. He's in a similar situation as the Lina, right? She's going the Boots Travel BKB. Weaver has the Maelstrom, but he's got to go back for this Lincoln Sphere and then probably the Manta Style or the BKB after that. So it's going to be a moment before this guy is really dishing out the damage. It needs to be Vitali. Out here for the moment, the X into the boat. It's going to do a lot of work here. Safe, but a nice reinitiation in from the Legion Commanders. They get the dual victory in Lumiere and El Micho. The reload up onto the high ground. They just flank them.
Yeah, and if you're wondering why the Phantom Assassin wasn't jumping onto the Vitaly in order to close that team
he
fight
finds KXY. He pops the BKB. Overgrowth comes through. Nicely done there from Gardic. It will be enough to save KXY, and he TP's out in the process. Okay, well played by the Treant there.
You buy yourself a little bit of time with that one, but it's not going to save your tier 2 tower, and I think you're just delaying the inevitable. The situation could have been worse if you don't get that Overgrowth off, but amazing positioning out of Lumiere, doing exactly what we talked about inside the draft. Getting on the backline, getting the Disruptor in the Lina. That's your job right now.
Yeah.
And her BKB is essentially useless if it's just Lumiere jumping her on the back line. And yes, you don't have a basher yet on Lumiere. It doesn't look like you're going to get one for a little bit still. He's got a Manta Style queued up and then a Desolator afterwards. But you're forcing like all these heroes to play so far back. I don't think they're ever going to be able to win a team fight here.
Affliction. Pop the Global Silence to try and live for the moment. Glimpse going to send back that Legion Commander as they get the kill as well. Just now going to finish off the Silencer, so they do manage to find 2 kills there on the side of Hokori. Well played by them. Legion Commander, I think, realizing he might need a BKB this game after that one.
But no interest in going to just help the teammates there on Lumiere. Had a TP up, but didn't want to go to the outpost, try to turn that fight around. Instead, just continuing on farming. Because again, their main game plan going into this one was play this as late as possible. They weren't really expecting to find any of these early kills, so they currently are. So they're very comfortable giving up a couple as long as this Phantom Assassin continues to go farm. The later this game goes, the better off Infamous are. So I think going in one by one, you know, taking super risky team fights where you start off on the back foot just aren't worth it. Infamous know that. Very disciplined by them. Now they're hunting for kills. You know, spells are on cooldown. Tries to go on Vitaly. Probably not the ideal target. This guy has a lot of armor between Armlet, Dragon Scale, Phase Boots.
Yeah, I think they're just like trying to force a cooldown or some sort, right, on the side of Hokori. He's got the Aegis, right, so you can play a little bit more a little bit more aggressively or a little bit more.
Yeah, they move in his face. Yeah, well, he's only got it for another minute now. Instead, he's just gonna use this opportunity to back to the tier 1 tower. They don't have fortification up, so this is going to be a nice grab.
It will reset the glyph, but with all the other tier 2 towers gone, it's really just this bot lane that you do want to open up, and I think they're realizing that as they're gonna go ahead and cut the waves and start letting this push out, and should get Infamous the time they need to try and establish some vision over the bottom half of the map.
Yeah, that tower being God makes it that much more
actually
difficult.
smoke.
Interesting. I think it's gonna be tricky to get a good angle on the hero. So Vitality, excellent positioning.
Yeah,
again,
absolutely.
if it's him scouting out this Legion Commander, then if it's him scouting out the Phantom Assassin, they're off to a good start.
All right, Spear does give him the space he needs, but in comes the dual Sacred. Gonna get a glimpse though of Vitaly, able to BKB. Lumiere on the backside, still doesn't want to pop his zone. The Arena holding in place. Michael taking a lot of damage. They focus him down. And very well done there from the side of Hokori as they grab the silencer as well. Overgrowth onto the PA, but it comes Kunkka. BKB comes through. Big overwhelming odds in from Sacred. Time lapse through from the Weaver, trying to give himself some space. They're just jumping target to target. You got the supports, but you got to deal with the cores of Infamous. These guys, they're too damn strong as Lumiere finds KXY on the backside, finally using his BKB to secure that kill. They will ignore the Weaver and start taking more of the map.
Yeah. Excellent positioning there by the Phantom Assassin, going on the Disruptor at the start of the team fight, hopping on Alina afterwards, just zoning her away, and holding the BKB the entire duration of that team fight. As soon as the Overgrowth came out, she popped the Manta Style. She did end up getting clipped by a Light Strike Array, but until she was in like a lot of danger, she was just holding her cards there. Hokori did end up getting the IO at the start of the team fight, which was a nice find, but you don't have solutions to these cores. It feels like you lack damage at the moment. You blew your entire kit at the beginning of the team fight, and because of that, if you can't bring down this Phantom Assassin, then the game becomes very hard. I think Alina's gonna be forced to go Silver Edge, yeah.
I think that's fine.
Try to get that, yeah. I mean, you want to somehow blow up the Phantom Assassin at the start of these team fights, but I think you're never going to be able to get the jump just because these Infamous heroes, like Global Silence, is gonna be excellent for disengaging or at least stalling out for like a second or a fraction of the second. And that fight was like best case scenario. They tried to jump Vitaly, he survived and managed to get off his BKB before they brought anyone down.
And his Arena was really well placed. They had separated the fight entirely. Like no one on the side of Infamous could get up onto the high ground to save that IO. So they just made sure to bring down that hero pretty much right away. And Silencer was the only one stuck inside the Arena, basically.
Yeah. That's your ideal situation. This isn't so ideal.
Vitaly forced to BKB, drops the... What?
He blinked forward while he got speared back.
Okay. Overgrowth. Nice. Static Storm holding him in place. Lumiere does get his BKB off, but Vitaly, you just got to keep your face to him. Ends up getting a pretty big crit. There is going to be the Global Silence, but KXY, he's got the stuns in place. Lumiere with the crit, though, takes down the Weaver. That's the one that's difficult for them to grab, and finally, one after one, it's just an ultra kill for Lumiere on this PA. Level 19 and a level 20 Kunkka. I mean, these guys are just shredding these heroes as soon as they get their hands on them.
Yeah, Phantom Assassin did the majority of the damage in that team fight. He's getting on top of target after target. I was more so concerned about that mechanic there, where if you hit by forced movement, at the same time you hit by a spear, it'll kind of just teleport you onto a tree and stun you.
He went through the backside of the arena and like an extra 900 units to a tree. Like that spear went like 1200 range or something because of whatever just happened.
If it's going to eventually connect you to a tree alongside the path of the spear, then it'll like teleport you and stun you. Yeah. Is how it works. So if you force staff someone forward after they're hit by a spear, they can be like in front of you and also stunned.
Yeah,
it's
that was
very weird mechanic.
Yeah, I want someone to clip that just so I can see what happened in slow motion, because that
it's you can actually I had B-Cop showed me that before anybody else, believe it or not.
I mean, I've seen it happen. Like I've played a lot of Mars, but it's like that one in particular, like PA just actually vanished. Like she just disappeared and was stunned outside of the arena.
It's because she Phantom Striked as the spear hit her, and then the place that she would have lashed to was a tree super far back across from the team fight, and so landed onto it. Gardic, it looks like he's getting away from this one. No basher.
Nicely done by him. Good heads up play there. Just gets the D ward and leaves. That is a bottle DD though on the PA, and if you thought it was difficult fighting into this hero before, she now has her level 20 talent for the additional armor corruption and a DD to boot on her way to the Aghanim Scepter. I mean, this PA is so far, man. 20,000 net worth here at 26 minutes into the game. I don't know how you deal with that.
Last team fight, she didn't even have level 3 ult, I don't think. So it's going to be huge crits coming up from her. How do you deal with it? You don't. That's the thing. And their positioning of Vitaly has been very good. She's been scouting out the Phantom Assassin at the beginning of every single team fight, but it hasn't really mattered because nobody can like prevent the PA from jumping on the back line. There's no punish for her going too far forward.
Yeah, and you know,
she does,
you pick this treant to try and slow things down, right? And you've lost all 6 outer towers.
Yeah,
you know,
that one didn't work at all. You lost your top tower before the 10-minute mark. You lost your mid not long after that, and the Phantom Assassin managed to find kill after kill, so you didn't slow down her farm. So, like, I liked what they were going for here with the draft from Corey, but Infamous, they look like they're in very good form today.
They do, absolutely. Some really big item drops here. The one that always comes to mind, Phantom Assassin having this Mind Breaker. I mean, this is such a good item on this hero.
I mean, it's a little bit difficult to take advantage of that one on the Weaver, just because he's got the Lincoln Sphere. You can't just hop onto him and instantly disable him right now. Because, you know, he'll either block the dagger or block the initial blink strike. But really on top of the Lina, the Disruptor, even the Treant Protector, he's not going to be able to lead off his Overgrowth. When you jump him, he'll just drop first.
Vitaly did find a Blast Rig, though. That'll help out the Mars quite a bit, as PA's been doing a lot of the initiations onto him. Bottom lane, they're doing a decent chunk of damage here, but you got to be careful. Sacred's got a duel sitting in the trees ready to go. Bugs, they do see him for a moment. He gets the duel onto the Weaver. Global Silence comes out. He doesn't have the damage alone as KXY just pops his BKB. Gonna try and take him down, but he gets the kill. Glimpse gonna send the IO back, but his Lumiere with the crit just one-shots the Lina. El Micho hiding in the trees. Oh my goodness. That was just that was a dagger. It wasn't even an attack. It was a dagger, neph. 70% damage.
That was a 1700 damage dagger right there, on top of the corruption from the Desolator and the -3 armor corruption on level 20 talent. Now, straight into Roshan.
Bruh, it was 2212 damage. It wasn't 1700. It was 2212.
Right, because she's only got...
She had negative armor.
Yeah, she would have had negative armor there.
Yeah. 2212 damage from a dagger, which is 70% damage, mind you.
Yeah, absolutely insane.
I mean, that is not a good sign here for Hokori.
You pop your BKB and try to run away, you just die just as fast as you would otherwise. KXY trying to zap down these heroes, but I'm pretty sure Phantom Assassin can just jump on top of you again. She's holding for a moment until the BKB's off the cooldown, though.
Yeah.
You got to be a little bit careful about that one.
Yeah, absolutely. And with that, you know, newly completed shard there, you gotta feel very happy. Having that break for Mars just makes it that much easier to take him down. Phantom Knives is just so damn strong on her way to the Ags, and they get vision of KXY. They know his BKB. Wait, it was available. I thought it was still off cooldown, but
I mean,
it doesn't really matter. Yeah, he just dies to the PA no matter what there, and he's gonna know that there's definitely a lane ward. It is hard to find though.
Yeah, and they see Disruptor. They're going on him.
They see Disruptor. Yeah, he falls. They find Treant as well. The blink duel comes through. Wait, was it also a single dagger?
It's all it took.
Oh
I hit him
my
with 2
God.
spirits and he died to 1 dagger.
It was a dagger plus the Mjolnir proc actually killed him.
Oh my God. This is an absolute disaster. They can't do anything at this point. It's 60k net with advantage, but it feels so much worse than that. 27 to 10 at the moment. Lumiere is 20-0-2. This man has 20 kills.
He has
He's double beyond godlike.
He's double beyond godlike, double Hokori's kills. Yeah, I mean, this PA, I mean, it is such an issue. It's just really one of those perfect games for the Phantom Assassin.
He played amazing, Lumiere. You know, Michael, he really did nail this on the Isle. The one time that they found the opportunity to kill the Phantom Assassin down in the bottom lane, they sent 3 heroes down there. Michael kept him alive with that early mechanism, literally.
This is it. Wand. You got a Silver Edge on Lina. I mean, this is your only chance of maybe getting a kill here onto the PA, but he's got an Aegis, so does it really even matter? They're just gonna be able to focus down these lanes. The barracks, both mid and top, now collapse. They're just gonna look for more.
Yeah. I mean, how do you kill this Phantom Assassin twice? I feel like you have to commit the arena and the
She's got
overgrowth in order to
ags
get
now,
him
man.
to
You ain't killing her
fire.
once.
Yeah. You've got the dispel.
She's going
She
in,
can just
pops the
get-
fan of knives, the break is there. There's gonna be the BKB from Vitaly, and Lumiere just gets it purged off right away. Thanks to the Legion, the duel is gonna be the winner there. Backside of the fight, Affliction looks to be the target from KXY, but he just pops the Ghost Scepter. The TP out from KXY, it's not in time. He gets the X, Kunkka gets him, bringing him right back into the danger zone. Meanwhile, it's just all PA focusing down these towers, focusing down these supports. The GG finally does come through, and Infamous, man, these guys looking really good here on elimination day.
That's a rough beginning to this series here, man. 31 to 10 here. Phantom Assassin. Would she end this on 23-0-2? Lumiere having the time of his life here in this game number one. Again, I preferred Hokori's draft going into this one. I thought, okay, they're gonna have map control. They've got aggressive heroes, but they didn't manage to keep the top of the mid-tier one tower. Lumiere ended up popping off in the early game by finding kill after kill. Michael enabled him so well, just everything kind of fell apart. And again, the fact that Alone was forced to TP home so many times and come back using an X mark the spot made me think that Faker would have such an easy lane. But when things started to come together post laning phase, they found so many kills on the Phantom Assassin. Just played nonstop on the hero. Never gave him a chance to look for kills or make plays on their own. Just forced to play reactionary Dota here on Hokori. Made them look so good on Infamous. So looking at the same sort of form they were at the beginning of the group stage in Hokori, they're gonna have to do something different if they want to turn this around. No, that doesn't sound like me. No, it sounds like something somebody very petty would say, but not me. Yeah, you do have do have these memory problems. You're starting to get up there in age. Yeah. Speaking of getting old, Hokori, old news. Now we're gonna go on to a break, everybody.